Hello everybody, my name is Juan and welcome back to a new reaction. Today we're going to continue the Discography Deep Dive on MF Doom. And most of you in the previous reaction recommended Madvillainy as the next reaction, which is crazy because Doom has so many different aliases and his music is found through so many different places. Like this one is credited under Madvillain, but clearly him and Madlib, I guess, a person I don't know. Clearly, from the food reaction, we can tell that, for one, I am a little dense, and MF Doom's records can be very complex, layered upon layers of things to unravel. And a lot of the time, especially with that album, I don't understand a lot of the things, and if it isn't musically sort of appealing or like entertaining, I kind of like fall out of it a little bit, to be honest. And honestly, because of how famous he was while he lived, I want to fall in love with the music. I really do want to enjoy it and get into it and be like, oh yeah, let's listen to some Doom type vibes, you know? But at the same time, I'm not gonna like pretend like I love something when I'm like not loving it so much. Just to say that, you know, I am giving like a realistic reaction to the music as to what I think about it as I listen. That being said, what's beautiful about the music being so complex is the fact that going back and listening, you actually do catch things that upon first listen you didn't. For example, today I went back and I was like, okay, I'm going to record this Madvillainy record. Let me go back and listen to some music for the records that I've already heard, to listen to them again, to get back into it, right? How on Operation Doomsday, he actually sampled Sade, right? Like, I don't know if Pebbles the Invisible Girl is Sade or Sade. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but clearly, some of her song is used here. Look, and I realized this today. I was like, wait. I knew you were the one for me. Come through, take the sign. Right. This whole world, and then you listen to Kiss of Life. When I was led to you, and I don't know why. So, because let me see, this Sade song came out in 1992, so yeah, it definitely could be being sampled by him, or what may it be. My point was that upon first listen, you don't really realize these things, in particular when you don't know. Like this Sade song, I just recently found out about because of this guy Kilowa on Instagram who was singing it so beautifully. And then I looked at the actual song and I was like, okay. And then when I was doing my little catching up, refresher on MF Doom, or at least the projects that I've listened to already, I listened to Doomsday, and then I was like, hold up, why does it sound so familiar? I went back and I found it's like a sample track. I was like, damn, upon first listen I could not have caught that, but now I'm like, ooh. Anyway, let's get into Madvillainy. I've been going on for too long. Okay, so I don't know what to expect from this. We've got 22 songs, 46 minutes long. Quasimoto is featured. Wildchild is featured. Viktor Vaughn. Is that not another alter ego of MF Doom? Am I wrong about that? And Stacy Epps is featured. I don't know any of these people. I don't even know Madlib, but I guess it'll be an interesting introduction. You guys have been hyping this up, so I'm very excited to listen to it. Hopefully, this is the one where I find some songs that I genuinely love, and you have a lot of cuts here, so I'm excited. How about we get into it, and let's see what we can get out of this. Let's see. This is going to be the Illest Villains.
As luck would have it, one of America's two most powerful villains of the next decade
is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Don't touch that!
The villains themselves were ultimately responsible for much of the popularity. Audiences loved to hate. The importance of the villain was not overlooked. Of course, one of the worst of all was Madvillain. They had no code of ethics.
What's the matter? I was only trying to...
Get to work on these boys. Anybody bring a gun for me?
Yeah, here's one.
It's not one, but two.
Typical villain releases included...
I know they're going to kiss me, but don't let anyone see me like that. Please, Doctor, help me!
And a sequel.
Master of all.
Both the villains were to meet in...
Your mother was the lightning.
Two historical figures, outlaws and desperados at that, the villainous pair of really nice boys who just happened to be on the wrong side of the law.
Okay.
360 degrees, and similar sequences could not be defeated. Villains
something
who possess
brewing.
supernatural abilities. Villains who were the personification of carnage.
Carnage.
Madvillain, more accurately, the dark side of our beings. Perhaps it is due to this seminal connection that audiences can relate their experience in life with the villains and their dastardly doings.
Interesting. Okay. We come back to the sort of, and maybe he just does this in every record, for all I know. I mean, it is only the third one I've kind of listened to. But this is very similar in construction to Operation Doomsday. It's not really a song as much as it is more like exposition for the story we are about to embark upon. So, like, what can I even say, dude? I am going to go ahead and actually carry on to the next one, and let's see what we've got with Accordion.
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick Dastardly and Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. ICE Cole, nice to be old. Y2G Steve twice to threefold. He sold scrolls, lo and behold. Know who's the illest ever, like the greatest story told. Keep your glory gold and glitter. For half of his niggas to take him out the picture. The other half is rich and it don't mean shit to. Villain, a mixture between both with a twist of liquor. Chasing with more beer, tasting like truth for dear. When he at the mic, it's like the place get like, oh yeah. It's like they know what's about to happen. Just keep your eye out like I capping. Is he still a fly guy clapping if nobody ain't hear it? And can they testify from in the spirit? And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic in your attention like two swords. Either that, or either one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it. Yeah, it's like the end to the means. Fuck type of message that sends to the fiends. That's why he bring his own needles and get more cheese than Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos. Slip like Freudian, your first and last step to playing yourself like accordion. When he at the mic, you don't go next. Leaving pussycats like why hoes need Kotex. Exercise index won't need Bowflex and won't take the one with no skinny legs like Joe Tex.
Okay, I like the sort of sound that you have in the background, sounding a little distorted, sounding a little like apocalyptic, kind of going with this like theme of villains we've got going on. Obviously Madvillainy, right? And it sounds like a little bit like off-putting, and he's talking some shit. He really is. I can understand someone living off borrowed time. What does that mean? I feel like I understand it, but it doesn't make sense to me. Someone who is living on borrowed time, or who is on borrowed time, has continued to live or do something for longer than expected, and is likely to die or be stopped from doing it soon. That's kind of what I imagined it meant. Okay, living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. I suppose, and as you get older, time does start to feel like it does go faster. This is kind of what I like about Doom, how he can just say, like, words that, on first glance, don't really, like, that'd be the hour they knocked the slick blaster. Dick dastardly and Muttley with a sick laughter. Like, it's, like, such a complex, like, rhyming scheme. But, like, on first hand, I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, so it doesn't really make sense. I am gonna choose to not dive into the lyrics so much, because that's kind of when it kills me, when I'm like, find myself not understanding it. But let me see. Is he still a fly guy clapping if nobody ain't hear it? It's basically like if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, did it happen kind of vibe. No, that's interesting. An interesting twist on that. Okay, so when it comes to music and musicality, this isn't really giving me any kind of vibe that I can kind of come back to necessarily. It's interesting for like the sort of overarching MF Doom universe, and for putting this sort of story that he's going to tell through this record into context, but as a single track, I'm like, okay, like I wish there was more vibes other than he's like a villain, but maybe we'll get more. Let's see. Let's carry on. Next, Meat Grinder. Got him. The jar is under the bed. Like, bro, what the fuck is that? The jar is under the bed. Like, it's a villain. It sounds like a villain, but it sounds insane. Like, sleeping in a jar. And then a new song. Pass it.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder. Heat niner, pimping, stripping, soft, sweet minor. China was a neat sign of trouble with the script digits. Double dip, bubble lip, subtlest midget. Borderline schizo, sorta fine tits though. Quarter wine, order grind, quarter to 9, let's go. Ever since 10-11, glad she made a brethren. Then it's last down, 7 alligator, 7 at the gates of heaven knocking. No answer, slow dancer, hopeless romancer. Dopest flow stanzas, yes, no, villain. Metal face to Destro, guess so. Still incredible in escrow. Just say ho, I'll test the yayo. Wild West style fest, y'all best to lay low. Hey bro, day glow, set the bet, pay dough. Before the cheddar get away, best to get Mako. The worst hated god who perpetrated odd favors demonstrated in the perforated rod lavers. In all quad flavors, large savers. Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain. On a fast track to half sane, either in a slow beat or that the speed or at the cane. Laughter, pain, doing songs lit. In the best host, doing bong hits on the roof in the West Coast. He's at it again, mad at the pen. Glad that we win a tad fat in a bad hat for men. Grind the cinnamon, Manhattan warmongers. You can find the villain in satin. Gongas, the van screeches, the old man preaches about the gold sand beaches. The cold hand reaches for the old tan Elises.
Bro, that fucking that makes this song like so much more ominous. I love it, sort of like grimy.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder. Heat niner, pimping, stripping, soft, sweet minor. China was a neat sign of trouble with the script digits. Double dip, bubble lip, subtlest.
This little sound right here. That like
sort of fine tits though, porter wine.
It's like the beat is already sort of like not necessarily scary, but kind of has that like sort of like almost like a horror vibe to it. And you get the kind of like off-putting you a little bit more. Interesting. Okay. Let me carry on. Let's see what else we've got. I like the aesthetic, the sort of like griminess we've got going on here. But let's see if I can find something I'm like absolutely in love with. But let's see. Bistro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut grand opening of Madvillain Bistro Bed and Breakfast Bar and Grill Cafe Lounge on the Water, where we offer you the finest of the finer things. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. How do you do? Live on the beats. We have the one and only Madlib. We also have King Ghidra on the mix. Yesterday's new quintet is here. Viktor, Vaughn, Quasimoto, and I'm your host, the Supervillain. Just lay back and have a good time, enjoy the music, you know what I'm saying? I like to dedicate this next joint to my bands, Big Hookie and Baba from the Laundromat.
Okay, so there's, wait, that next one goes out to those people, but, okay, interesting. No, let's listen to the next one, let's see.
212. How doom hold heat and preach non-violence. He about to start the speech, come on, silence. On one starry night, I saw the light. Heard a voice that sounded like Barry White, said, sure you're right. Don't let me find out who tried to bite. They better off going to fly a kite in a firefight during tornado time with no coat, then I caught you. Wrote the book on rhymes, a note from the author. With no headshot, he said it's been a while. Got a breadwinner style to get an inner child to finna smile. And that's no exaggeration. The doctor told the patient it's all in your imagination, Negro. What do he know about the buttery flow? He need to cut the ego. Tripping to date the metal fellow, been ripping flows since New York plates was ghetto yellow with broke blue writing. This is too exciting. Folks leave out the show feeling truly enlightened. They say the villain been spitting enough lightning. The rock shock the boogie down to Brighton. Alright then.
Yeah, check, listen up. Yeah, now, how man hold heat like Clint East's reborn. Leave her with more holes than a dartboard. Haters watch him, Hennessy, double shot and drink like the answer to the problems at the bottom's bottom. From the bottom top that homie pay how you want me. My niggas take no like Kobe. Even with the arms of the hawk, you couldn't hold me from getting mine. Stoves we roll, smoking and getting by. Thanks, rap, I ain't got a dime. Got me sneaking out and check out lines with bottles by the wayside. Smack them in the face, let them taste pride. Fakes try, end up washed up like the shorelines. Do or die, ride how the table turns. Street turns, keep me in this dirt like an earthworm. Woody spit hits and burns with brothers ever learn. Word for word, champ with a nerve, meeting the germ.
That's clean, I like this beat. I think definitely my favorite beat so far. But yeah, no, Doom has, an incomparable way with words because half the time I don't know what he's saying and you really have to, like, go line by line, like, decoding everything to make sense of it, but it's like, what the hell, dude? Huh. I don't really want to spend too much time doing that, but yeah, this one in comparison to the what song are we on? 5. In comparison to the rest, I mean, Bistro and the Illest Villains kind of function more like intros or as a form to give context to what we're witnessing here, right? But Raid kind of started feeling like more or less the first song. Obviously, Meat Grinder also, but I like the sort of like, again, we kind of continue this sort of like a little mysterious, almost a little off-putting music, right? So let me see. Oh, we got America's Most Blunted featuring Quasimoto. Let's see.
And come out to show them. Like open the bruise up and let some of the bruised blood come out to show them.
The what now?
Then come out to show them, 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 come out to show them.
Music. Listening to music while stoned is a whole new world.
Yeah.
Most parents consider it important second only to sex.
Well,
This will change your music what happens for the better.
America's most blunted.
Soon as you start sleeping, catching you off guard. We rhythm now, huh?
If you'll all gather close around the phonograph.
America's most blunted.
Quas, when he really hits star mode, never will he boost loose Phillies with the barcode, or take a whole carload on a wasted trip, or sip white owl lace tip from tip with yip. Some rather baggies, other like they cracks and vows. Catch a tag, roll a bag of swag in a black and mouth. See twist optimal, just the raw leaf part. The list top go, bust before beef start. At the stop and go mart, acting like a spirit host done it. Yeah, yo, Doom nominated for the best role L's, and they wondered how he dealt with stress so well. Wild guess, you could say he stay sedated. Some say booted, some say faded. Some day prayed that he would grow a farm barn full. Recent research show it's not so darn harmful. Sometimes you might need the detox. It can help you with your rhyme flow and your beatbox. Off spike to your surprise, turn a Newport light to a joint right before your eyes. Tear a page out the good book, hear it how you want it.
America's most blunted.
I'm a kind of stupid from the station.
The best in your perimeter.
I can't find that nigga metal face nowhere.
America's most blunted.
Doom, the Madvillain killing mad boom. Consume weed and drink fruit till we perfume the room. The beat conductor smoke 24/7. Shady.
You can even ask my reverend.
Willie knows how the Phillies roll really though.
Spin my last go. He got the sticky gold. I sparked the lot.
But don't with speed, the trees with seeds. Quasimoto crew.
We get keys. The most blooded on the map.
The one Astro Black in the alley with a hood rat. When you try to react.
Even your pops got smacked.
Even your mom's got cracked. Meanwhile, while my bow got packed.
You drop X, you can have good sex.
No, I smoke drinks.
So I can
Throw
roll
me
your
a shake.
shank.
Watch the cigarette. I got the fat sack. All day I hunt it.
Roll weed.
America's most blunted.
I'm a kind of stupid from the station.
America's most blunted.
Creativity. It's a known fact that
What
grass
the fuck,
increases
man?
creativity from 8 to 11 times. In fact, everyone finds that they're more creative stoned than straight. So remember...
M-A-R-I-J-U? A-J-U-A-N-A.
What the fuck?
Juana. Marijuana.
Okay. What can I even say? I like smoking weed. I like listening to music. I've done the two, and like they do say, it does kind of extend the experience. It feels a little bit like you can focus on certain things. You like listen to particular parts. This song, if I were to listen to this song when I'm faded, bro, it would trip me the fuck out. There's too many things going on. There's sections where I think Quasimoto is actually a collective, not an individual, but we can actually look that up. Oh, it's a side project of Madlib. Composed of Madlib and his animated alter ego, Lord Quas, for his high-pitched voice. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. There was a certain section where there was a particular person rapping that wasn't Doom, which in this case I guess has to be Madlib, right? Is that his name? Yeah, I guess it's Madlib, and like he was singing in like a high-pitched voice, but then every now and then like his actual voice would come through, and then it's like, what the fuck, bro? And then at the end you get like a fucking commercial break, bro. Like, okay, maybe they smoke a blunt, which is why they're America's most blunted. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass at this point. And they made this song while under the influence, right? Which is why it kind of sounds all over the place and kind of crazy and almost nonsensical. And maybe they weren't taking it so serious, so they were like, okay, let's just make a song where we're high about weed and lead, throw it on the album or whatever. What the fuck? This shit was like... And I was kind of vibing to it a little bit. Like, the beat was a little kind of repetitive in a way that I wasn't too much of a fan of. So I was like, okay. But then, like, shit just kept, like, happening that I was like, wait, what the fuck, man? Wait. That's crazy. Then you get a fucking commercial break at the end.
While my bow got packed.
You drop X, you can have the sex.
What? No. I smoke drinks. Throw me a shame. Watch this shit. I got the fat sack. All day I hunt it. America's most blunted.
Again, bro, like, it's an interesting sort of idea to put together, but like the execution, I'm like, there is no like, how do I say it? Like I can't get into the vibe, bro. Like there's no like decent melody that I can follow. It's like I don't know. It's a little too abstract, it feels like. But let me carry on. Let's see. Sickfit. Sickfit. I mean, it's like a 1:20 instrumental. Kind of a little too repetitive. Again, I don't really... It adds to the sort of villainy sort of story, I guess. It has a sort of like off-putting, almost like a little scary kind of vibe to it. But like musically, I'm like, I probably will never listen to this again. I don't know. Just on first listen, I'm like, okay, it's like not particularly novel or interesting enough for me to be like, oh, that's a jam, let me put it on kind of vibe, you know? Which is a fault of my own for kind of consuming music in that way and kind of wanting something to have like a melody where I can like fall into or whatever. And clearly, this is almost like an antithesis to the way that I like to listen to music, which is a challenge in of its own. But let's see. There has to be at least something here. Let's see.
This villain was a ruthless, masked conqueror with aspirations to dominate the universe.
I don't know, bro. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find any aspect of this compelling. Even the way he sang on this one was so distinct from the ones that he sang before. Because he's just like, you know the best to watch out. You know what it sounds like? Like a dystopian future in which, like, society has fallen. And this is the result of the music that's able of being produced under those conditions kind of vibe. That's kind of complex. Like, that's kind of a crazy thought. But, like, I don't know. It sounds, musically, it doesn't sound compelling. I mean, it kind of adds to the sort of dystopianness that this album kind of has going for it. The sort of, like, villain lifestyle, if you will. But, as, like, a sort of a normie, I'm like, I'm kind of, what am I doing here? Kind of vibe, you know? But, okay. Wasn't my favorite, but we are only at the beginning, so let's see what else we got. Curls.
Villain get the money like curls. They just trying to get a nut like squirrels in his mad world. Land of milk and honey with the swirls, where reckless naked girls get necklaces of pearls. Compliments of the town jeweler. Left back now, schooler, trying to sound cooler. On the microphone known as the crown ruler. Never lied to Ma when we said we found the moolah. $500-something laying right there in the street. Now let's try and get something to eat. Then he turned 4 and started flowing to the poor. That's about when he first started going raw. Kept the dro in the drawer. A rhyming klepto who couldn't go up in the store no more. His life is like a folklore legend. Why you're so stiff, you need to smoke more, brethren. Instead of trying to riff with the broke war veteran. Split made him swore he saw heaven, he was 7. Yup, you know it. Growing up too fast. Showing up to class with my wet in a flask. He asked the teacher if he leave, will he pass? His girl is home alone, he trying to get the... If you wanna sip, get a paper water fountain glass. How I'm supposed to know where your mouth been last? Hand so fast, he can outspin flash. Known to smoke a whole mountain of hash to the ash. Boom, bass, leave the room with the stash. Assume it's in a smash. Boom, get the cash.
Interesting. This might be the most compelling one so far. I kind of like the beat and how sort of, even if it's still sort of dull and kind of, dark, sort of, mysterious and a little off-putting kind of on purpose, there's still, like a sort of melody that I kind of can fall into. So that's interesting. I kind of almost want to listen to it again. It's like... Dun, 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 dun.
Villain get the money like curls. They just trying to get a nut like squirrels in his mad world. Land of milk and honey with the swirls, where reckless naked girls.
Reckless naked girls get necklaces of pearls. Yup, let's move on. It's kind of good though. Do Not Fire, instrumental. Okay. It's an instrumental. We could judge it as so. I sort of like the sort of, again, a little off-putting, but then the voice is kind of like tripping up, gives it a little, like, it sounds a little crazy. But okay, let's see. Let's carry on. Let's carry on.
The villain took on many forms.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. After you, whose last is doom, he's the worst known. Boom. That'll have your boom blown or either thirst bone. Rockets won't burst, clone, just don't curse the groan. On his own microphone, bring it everywhere he go, so he can bring it to you live in stereo. Panic, can't understand it, ban it. The underhanded ran it, planned it, and left him stranded.
Jeez.
The best, any who profess will be remanded. Yes, sir, request permission to be candid. Granted, I don't think we can handle a style so rancid. He flipped it like Madden did the old jazz standard. Don't mind me, I wrote this rhyme lightly over 2 or 3 heinies, and boy was they fine, G. One black, one Spanish, one Chinese. It keeps the woody shiny around like a pine tree. Don't sign me, I'm about to get a mill without him. Crowd him off the shelf, he's the villain, and what about him? So, and he's a jerk, and you don't know him. Mad how he expand work, but won't show him. Poor guys, what a sight for old sore 4 eyes. Now hook me with 2 apple pies and a small fries. All rise, so far odd as a ruple. So raw, break it down and make quadruple. It's crucial, you can see it in his pupil. And this time when he get it, he'll waste it on something useful.
Hey.
Like getting juiced off a deuce of cokie. Keep it low key, known to pull a okie dokie. Silly goose, doom is too jokey. Damn, he could really use a room or a whole key. Egads, he got enough styles to start 3 fads. True that, she bad, I wonder do she come with knee pads? What a call, what a real butterball. Either I get a strike or strike out, gutter ball. Rocket like gear for the 4 with nice inside pockets prepared for the brawl. Yeah, y'all, you could say it's an earful. Beware, do not touch mic, be careful. And just like he said, I could have told you. MF, the holder of a boulder, money folder. Money folder.
Muscle-bound karate expert concealed a razor edge which could lop the head off of a marble statue once propelled with notorious world takeover schemes and the most magnificent gadgets imaginable. Villains rapidly grew healthy cash flow. It is explained by a more comedic villain, the bald-headed Doom. This villain rose to incredible new heights of money-making, revenge, and extortion. Such was the magnitude of the typical villain.
This is no answer. Very well, then. Adieu to the death.
Money folder.
The villain.
But he who is without sin cast a first stone. After you, whose last its doom, he's the worst known. Rocket to a worst clone. On his own microphone. Interesting. Villains rapidly grew healthy cash flow. It is explained by a more comedic villain, the bald-headed Doom. This villain rose to incredible new heights of money-making, revenge, and extortion. Okay, I'm not really vibing with it.
Villain took on many forms.
The grown, on his own microphone, bring it everywhere.
You know, this section between that was like, kind of cuts up the song in a weird way.
Don't mind me, I wrote this rhyme lightly over 2 or 3 heinies, and boy was they fine, G.
I'm gonna carry on. Let's see what else we have. Shadows of Tomorrow.
Today is the shadow of tomorrow. Today is the present future of yesterday. Yesterday is the shadow of today. The darkness of the past is yesterday. And the light of the past is yesterday. The days of yesterday are all numbered and some. And the word once. Because once upon a time there was a yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday belongs to the dead. Because the dead belongs to the past. The past is yesterday. Today is a preview of tomorrow. But for me, only from a better and happier point of of view. My point of view was the thought of a better try. Reality, yesterday is eternity. The eternity of yesterday is dead. Yesterday is as one. The eternity of one is the eternity of the past. The past is once upon a time. Once upon a time is past. The past is yesterday. Day. The past is yesterday. Day. While we're searching for tomorrow.
The music is different here. The vibrations are different. Not like Planet Rave. Planet Rave sound of guns, anger, frustration. There was no one to talk to in Planet Rave, you understand. We set up a colony here.
The light of the past is a light which was. The wisdom of the past is a light of the past. The light of the future was a light which is to be. The wisdom of the future was the light of the future, see. Yesterday belongs to the dead. Tomorrow belongs to the living. The past is certified as a finished product. Anything which is ended is finished. That which is perfect is finished. The perfect man is no exception to the rule. The perfect man of the past is made according to the rule of the past. The rule of the past is a law of injustice and hypocrisy. The revelation of the meaning of the law is revealed through the law itself. The wisdom of the past is the light of the past. The light which is to be. The wisdom of the future. The light of the future casts the shadows of tomorrow.
Affect their vibrations. For the better, of course.
Sun Ra. Sun Ra.
Lord Quas.
Mad Lib.
Another place in the universe, up under different stars. That would be where the altered destiny would come in. Equation-wise, the first thing to do is to consider time as officially ended. We work on the other side of time.
Okay. Is it me, or is this side Madlib, and this side is Lord Quas, as it is kind of differentiated by their names there? I'm not a big fan of whenever artists, like, pitch up their voices to rap or sing. It sounds like a chipmunk kind of singing to me, and I'm, like, kind of indifferent to that sort of artistic choice. It doesn't particularly sound good to me. I do kind of like the sort of theme that he's going for here, like the shadows of tomorrow, how the past that happened has happened, and it's a shadow of today, and today you can work on what you can in order to create a better future for those who will enjoy the future, when the future being the light of today and the hope of tomorrow's kind of vibe, you know? It's cool. I like that. I feel like it's one of the first times where I kind of genuinely understand the song, like, thoroughly. Obviously, because he kind of says the same lines kind of over and over in a certain way, and like he varies it, but you know, it's basically the same thing. Okay, but yeah, yet again, musically, I'm not like extremely sold. I'm like, okay, like, I'm listening. It's interesting for what it is, and that's sort of the MF Doom experience for me so far, at least. There's no necessarily bangers. Maybe upon re-listen we can consider some of them bangers, but based on first reaction, on first listen, none of them kind of stick out in a way that I'm like, oh damn, I vibe with that, I want to listen to that some more, I want to like play that shit in my car while I'm driving type vibe, you know? And again, that is just a fault of my own creation, that is a fault of my own, that I cannot sort of maybe appreciate this level of artistry to the fullest, because it is a little complex. It is a little more dense, a little bit more, the fruit of it is sort of like hidden upon layers of metaphors and kind of, not this one, but like other songs, you know, but, okay, but just based on sound alone, I'm like, I'm not, you know, I like whenever songs, have this sort of like ominous sort of vibe to it, but it's just not working for me so far, so let's see, what is next? Operation Lifesaver, a.K.A.
At this very moment by the most powerful the world is under attack at this very moment by the most powerful forces man has ever seen. Space from the depths of the earth. Operation Lifesaver is in effect as of right now.
Wow, it caught me off guard. I went to breathe out, but then she made me cough hard. Contacted God and let him know to slip to him. Fine, and how are you doing? Can I get you a drink? This one's a shoe-in. Awkward situation that I'm on a mission to ruin. Her big button smile was like camo. Hit up the men's room, we need more ammo. Watch at 3 o'clock, a new recruit. That's her gin and juicy juice. Use this stick of juicy fruit. She just knew she was cute. It's in her own best interests, less stress. Hit her with the do you need a mid test. It don't matter if she's slim or dressed to impress. I won't rest. Fellas don't
dress to impress. The Roblox game. I'm so stupid.
She's slim or dressed to impress. I won't rest. Fellas don't fess. Some of them just need to eat the whole thing of cress. It's been a long day. It's just how the song say.
Operation Lifesaver is in effect as of right now.
I hope she don't take this the wrong way.
Are you with it? Yeah! Okay, let's go. You know what to do. The whole world's watching and counting.
No,
and all you people listening out there, everybody, everywhere. Hang on, hang on, hang on!
The official adventures of the Magnificent.
Interesting. I can see why MF Doom, while he was a very known individual when he lived, he wasn't necessarily like mainstream famous, and he had like his little fan base or whatever, people who enjoyed him and his music, but I can see why he wasn't like a mega superstar sort of vibe, because like the music is very niche. I feel like it's like something you kind of listen to like on purpose, and like, because like I said, so far there's been maybe one track that I've genuinely been like, okay, you know, that was kind of a little bit of a vibe, but so far it's like everything is so like dark and sort of twisted and sort of off-putting. It's a little difficult to kind of get into the vibe, and obviously with an album named Madvillain, these sort of crazy little vibes make sense. You know, that's the kind of story he wants to tell. That is the artistic direction he wants to take this in, and it seems like he's just very opposed to like being in the mainstream, if that makes sense. Like, he doesn't make music for the sake of people to enjoy. I mean, obviously somebody's gonna enjoy, but not. He doesn't make it for the for him to be observed as like a musical type. He kind of just makes it for the fuck of it, for creating a certain project through a certain lens kind of vibe, which is interesting of its own. But when it comes to like music, I'm like, okay. It is a minute and 30 seconds. So let's see. Let's go next. Figaro.
The rest is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard. Take it from the Tech 9 holder. David don't know they neck shine from Shinola. Everything that glitter ain't fish scale. Let me think, don't let her faint, get Ishmael. A shot of Jack got her back, it's not an act stack. Forgot about the cackalack, holler back, clack, clack, blocker. Villainy, feel him in your heart, chocolate chart topper. Start shit stopper, be a smart shopper. Shot a cop day around the way, bout to stable. Who to know is too molded, wonder where the shooter go. Bout to jet, get him, not a bet, get him. Let him spit the venom, said him got a lot of shit with him. Let the rhythm hit him. It's stronger in the other voice, we makes the joints that make him spread them butter moist, man, please. Stage made of panties. From the age of baby hoochies on to the grannies. Ban me the dough rake. Daddy, the flow make her fatty shake. Patty cake for fake. If he wasn't need a baker's man, he'd take her for her masters. Hit it once and shake her hand. Want some old thank you, ma'am, and ghost her. She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. A whole host of roller coaster riders. Not enough tracks. Hot enough black, it's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals. Who shot you? Who got you? New spots to vandal. Do not stand still. Boast your skills close, but no krills. Toast for polils. Post no bills. Coast to coast, Joe Smoes flows ill. Go chill. Not supposed to overdose. No dose pills. Off pride tykes talk wide. Do scar me. Off sides like how Wharf ride with Starfleet. Told ya, want some get rich shit. As he gets older, he gets colder than a witch tit. This is it, make no mistakes. Where my nigga go? Figaro. Old beats in my rhymes attack. A scary act, all black like Miss Mary Mack. Wait till you see him live on the piano. Doom sings soprano like una dos piano. My mama told me, blast him. Pass her glass of OE. Not to be troublesome, but I could sure use a quick shot of double rum. No stick of bubble gum. I like ice cream. We could skip the wedding. Have a nice dream. She only let him stick her head in.
Okay. Okay. Like, I really want to get into it and be like, yeah, but, like, it's really dense, bro. Let's see. Let's go next. Hardcore Hustle.
Jump on the track with the hardcore hustle. With the busload of niggas, this time we brought y'all muscle. Wildchild's the one to uplift most, and it's confirmed. So tonight, let's bang this Madvillain music till it's adjourned. Who rushes in head first with the full force of a ram? So the source of the verse coerces the course of a jam. Went to hell and back. Saw Delta selling crack. In fact, had to come back with the brother with the mask by yelling black. Power to the people who support raw music. Blessed from the start to keep uplifting progressive art. To come out and uplift words. Take verbalistic leaps to the next purge. Concoct dope poetical excerpt. Who's the expert? Wow, with the physical frame. Whose mental was tame to get over in this musical game. When the Madvillain breaks your dome, you'll see your interval depth was written for those that slept. We took 100% unpredictable steps. Say what? Who's the one to rock up a party with the vigilance urge? When smoking the ism, the vision is blurred, but vengeance is heard. And just when you got caught up in the cynical thought, intervals in the shape of a mic get pushed straight to your heart like.
Okay. I'm not sure what happened to that individual at the very end there, but he was either really hating it or really enjoying it. But okay, interesting. 1 minute 22 seconds. You got a lot of really shortcuts on here, which I don't mind, but I like how they sort of rap and they're fucking badass as they're rapping. The flowing, particularly, I mean, obviously, MF Doom, he's fucking slick with it, right? But Madlib, this was particularly Madlib, I'm like, okay, you've got something here. If anything, again, it's just the same thing where the music is so, like, purposely off-putting and sort of, like, made to be, like, the soundtrack to, like, a villain doing, like, his evil plan or whatever, and this is playing in the back while he's doing it, and it's like, okay, this is not for the normal person. Not that I'm a normal person, but it's kind of, it's difficult to chew on this, kind of. But let's see. Next. Strange Ways.
Wreak havoc, beat this mad traffic, sleek and lavish, people speak and leak it to the maverick. He see it as just another felony drug arrest. Any day could be the one he picked the wrong thug to test, slug through the vest. Shot in the street for pulling heat on a father who babies gotta eat. And when they get hungry, it ain't shit funny. Paid to interfere with how brother get his money now. Who's the real thugs, killers, and gangsters? Set the revolution, let the things bust, and thank us. When the smoke clear and you can see the sky again, there will be the chopped off heads of Leviathan. My friend, I call them strangers. Anybody talk to them end up in some danger. Can't reform them. They pray 4 times a day, they pray 5. Who ways is strange when it's time to survive. Some will go of their own free will to die. Others take them with you when they blow sky high. What's the difference? All you get is lost children while the bosses sit up behind the desk. It costs billions to blast humans in half into calves and arms. Only one side is allowed to have bombs.
Damn.
It's like making a soldier drop his weapon, shooting them and telling them to get to stepping. Obviously, they came to portion up his fortune. Sounds to me like that old robbery extortion. Same game. You can't reform them.
Well, that was crazy.
Mary was going around with an old flame. That burned me up because I knew he was just feeding her a line. But the guy really spent his money like water. I think he was connected, so I left. Outside it was raining cats and dogs. I was feeling mighty blue. And everything looked black. But I carried on.
interesting. I was about to praise him for this song, because I like the sort of stuff that he's talking about, like sort of like war and the sort of brutality of war crimes, and sort of how oftentimes it's one super powerful country against another country that can't really defend themselves, kind of vibes. But then towards the end, you just get this sort of like what is this, like a TV show that he's referencing, or that he's using here. I don't know. Call me a hater, but I'm not a fan of when you have a song and then the last 20 to 30 seconds, it's like the outro to like a TV show or something. I'm not a big fan, bro, like, of those. At first, when I heard it on Operation Doomsday, I was like, okay, that's the kind of vibe he's going for. He's trying to tell a story, and he's utilizing these samples that kind of aid in the storytelling, but it seems like he actually just uses it on all his kind of songs. There's a lot of songs, even so far, we've heard it, and it hasn't been an issue, but right here, I feel like he's definitely saying something very, strong. And I was like, oh shit, okay. And then it's just like, haha, like, ho ho, kind of downplaying it almost. Which, okay, maybe if you observe it from a different perspective, he's sort of presenting a duality in which all these crazy things are happening in strange ways, if you will. And then everybody just goes on about their life in like a non-concerned way, maybe? Huh. But yeah, no, there were certainly things here, okay? Wreck Havoc, beep beep, it's mad traffic, sleeking lavish, people speaking, leaking to the Maverick. He see it as just another felony drug arrest. Any day could be the one he picked the wrong thug to test. Interesting, yeah, you never really know. Slug through the vest, shot in the street for pulling heat on a father whose baby's gotta eat. And when they get hungry, it ain't shit funny. Pay to interfere with how a brother get his money. Who's the real thugs, killers, and gangsters? Set the revolution, let them things bust and thank us. When the smoke clear and you can see the sky again, there will be the chop heads of Leviathan. Which, okay, I'm like, oh, and what could a Leviathan be? Who is she referring to? Because so far, it's almost like he's talking about, like, police brutality, no? Slug through the vest, shot in the street. Let me see. Any day could be the one he picked the wrong thug to test. For pulling heat on a father whose baby gotta eat. Paid to interfere. And obviously, who's gonna get paid to interfere? How a brother get his money. And then the thing that kind of throws me out, I don't think this is, at least the way he's presenting it, it doesn't feel like it's like gangster on gangster violence. It's more like cops going against gangsters or individuals, you know. And I like the fact that he refers to it like pay to interfere with a brother, how a brother get his money, and pulling heat on a father whose baby gotta eat, sort of normalizing these individuals that oftentimes gets classified as sort of thugs and whatever it is, maybe racial profiled. And then he starts talking about the revolution, and then he's like, who's the real thugs, killers, and gangsters, huh? And set the revolution, let them things bust and thank us. When the smoke clear and you can see the sky again, there will be chopped off heads of Leviathan. And okay, who could the Leviathan be? And considering not too long before that he's talking about a revolution, could that not be like the head of the king? Because obviously when you think about a Leviathan, it's like this fucking ginormous, gargantuan animal or something like that, right? But he's metaphorically talking about maybe the person who's the most important in the said society he's criticizing, potentially, right? Which is interesting. My friend, they call them strangers. Nobody talk to them, end up in some danger. Can't reform them. Can't reform them. They pray 4 times a day. They pray 5. Who ways is strange when it's time to survive? If your life is on the line, who cares how strange it is, the method through which you survive, right? Some will go of their own free will to die. Others take them with you when they blow sky high. Interesting. What's the difference? All you get is lost children. I mean, there's so many things here that, like, and I fucking love it. And that's why I was like, oh shit, what the fuck, he's talking about some real shit. And in the end, they just kind of switch it up to, like, this, like, TV show. And it's like, that's why I kind of Don't particularly like that, but it's like an artistic choice that he continues to make, so I only can respect it, right? But even if I'm not a big fan of it. But let's see. Some will go of their own free will to die, and at this point, I kind of start to believe that he's talking about like the sort of military complex to a certain extent, because you sign up to be in the military to sort of protect your country or whatever it is, but ultimately you end up dying, potentially. Others take them with you when they blow sky high, like with bombs. What's the difference? All you get is lost children because they lost their fathers, therefore they're kind of lost, potentially. While the bosses sit up behind the desks. It cost billions to blast humans in half into calves and arms, and that's kind of what cemented the idea that they're talking about, like, war crimes and, like, sort of, issues with war, and how the people sitting behind desks, the powerful people sit behind desks and just command other people to kill other people, and it's very costly, and obviously not only in money but in like human lives, and it's like it's very complex. And he's talking some shit. Only one side is allowed to have bombs, brother. If that ain't the truth, in particular when you look at like the Israel and Palestine conflict, like that's fucking crazy. How much fucking damage and war crimes were committed against the Palestinian people, and obviously like this is not necessarily, maybe it is what he's talking about, but not necessarily. It's not necessarily implied that that's exactly what he's talking about, but you have very clear, in the present day, you have very clear examples of what he's kind of talking about. So it's like, yeah, what the fuck, bro? It's like making a soldier drop his weapon, shooting him and telling him to get to stepping. Like, God, that's so crazy. And I love the way how everything kind of flows in the way that he says it, but also at the same time, he's talking about some like real shit, and it's like, damn. So only one side is allowed to have bombs. Huh. It's like making a soldier drop his weapon, shooting him and getting, oh, keep walking. He's already fucking shot. It's like, it's not fair whatsoever, basically. Obviously, they came to portion up his fortune. Sounds to me like that old robbery extortion. Same game. You can't reform him. Okay. You can't reform him at this point after reading everything thoroughly. Kind of starts to feel like he's not necessarily talking about people or gangsters or thugs, if you will. He's more talking about you can't reform the people in charge of the military or in charge of that complex, because they're like almost like they don't take blame for all the fucked up shit that they do, and you can't reform somebody through a system that isn't designed to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm starting to lose the plot a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but like so far I'm like thoroughly entertained with like the sort of politics he's like talking about. Like, that's so good. That Mary was going around with an old flame that burned me up because I knew he was just feeding her a line, but the guy was really spent his money like water. Yeah, and then right here it's kind of when they kind of lost me, and I was like, damn. I think so far when it comes to sort of listening to something and being I don't know how to explain it, like understanding what he's talking about, this is the one I've kind of understood the most, and therefore I kind of enjoyed it for that reason. Like, look at me, I don't know how long I've been going on in this particular song, but I feel like I've been going on for a while talking about it, and it's just like, I like it when I can understand something. Oftentimes, he is a little bit too complex and too metaphorical for me to understand, but right here, I was like, damn, okay, let me go next, let's see what else we've got. Fancy Cloud.
Put your sister on the phone. Yo, it's Viktor. I knew you was in around, playing all innocent, hoeing since the foundation. Don't make me have to pound this 10 crown facing and risk being jammed up like traffic inbound from spacing. There's been a place for you in my heart since we first met. A teenage love that didn't feel no hurt yet. My boys warned me you was poison like BBD first cassette, and still I put my chips on the worst bet. Gave up the skirt, now I got a hair from the street. How dare you drag my name in the dirt and cheat? You could have broke it off, ended it and dipped. And if you spoke soft, we could have still preserved the friendship. Now you apologize, that's what they all say. You wasn't sorry when you sucked them off in the hallway, but have it your way, raw, no foreplay. That's you if you want a dude who wear a mask all day. And just to think, I used to be proud of you, and you had some real good power. Probably kiss me later that evening, I should be early. Matter of fact, give me back my bracelet and my Sherlin. I'd rather waste it or give it to your girlfriend. She did let me stab it last week while you was working. Remember our vacation out to Maryland? I duped the maid Carolyn. She made me throw the towel in. Like all foul men, the time I hit your mom's off, I told her knock it off, but she had to set the rocket off. Ain't enough room in this fucking town. When you see Tin Head, tell him be ducking down. I'm not romping around. He better be ready and prepared to be stomped in the ground.
Oh.
Now, subscriber, we've got to punch you up, so please stand by.
Wait, what the fuck? They always finish on some fucking random shit, bro. What the hell? Okay, this one, again, it's finally clicking in my mind. He's talking about a bitch who did him dirty, and the fancy clown is maybe himself. He's kind of presenting himself as a clown because he got played by a girl, which is interesting. And I like the way he went about talking about it, actually. Like, he speaks in rhymes, obviously, but, my boys warned me you was poison. And clearly, it really hurt him. This might have been, because, yeah, look, a teenage love that didn't feel no hurt. Okay, run it from the beginning. Okay, telling your brother to say you're gone. Put your sister on the phone. You've been tipping around town. Yo, it's Viktor. I knew you was fucking around. Playing all innocent and hoeing since the foundation. Don't make me have to pound his tin crown face in. Talking about the individual she probably cheated on. Cheated with him on. Cheated on him with. And risk being jammed up like traffic inbound from spacing. Okay. There's been a place for you in my heart since we first met. Is crazy, bro. Like, you only ever feel about this kind of way when you first kind of start falling in love. And like he says in the following line, the teenage love that didn't feel no hurt yet. My boys warned me you were poison like BBD's first cassette. And still I put my chips on the worst bet. Gave up the skirt, now I gotta hear it from the street. How dare you drag my name in the dirt and cheat? You could have broke it off and ended up and dipped. And if you spoke soft, we could have still preserved the friendship. I mean, that's a little... I don't believe that, because if clearly she did you dirty... I think there's a questionable character upon that individual regardless of whether or not she did you particularly dirty, you know? So, like, would there even have been a friendship? I don't know, but now you apologize. That's what they all say, huh? You wasn't sorry when you sucked them in the hallway, but have it your way, raw no foreplay. That's you if you want a dude who wears a mask all day. And just to think I used to be proud of you, and you had some real good power. Probably kissed me later that evening. I should have been hurling. Matter of fact, give me back my bracelet and my shearling. Rather waste it or give it to your girlfriend. She did let me stab it last week while you was working. Okay, that is one of the lines where I'm like, it's kind of double standards, no? He's writing a song here about how this girl did him dirty, cheating on him. But then he's like, you know what? Well, I should have given all this stuff to your girlfriend. Anyway, she let me hit. So it's like, so you can cheat as a man, but she can't as a woman. So there's like a double standard there. It's like, cheating in general to me is like cheap. Because like, if you genuinely have like a relationship with somebody that you really care about, it's like, you wouldn't cheat, right? Obviously, there's temptations in the world, but like the way he presented it here, he's sort of like writing the song about him being a clown for being cheated on. But he also cheats, and throughout the entire, like, record, he kind of talks about, like, sexual intercourse with women and shit, so it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, how can you denounce somebody when you're doing the same thing kind of vibe, you know? Which is interesting. Adding, like, complex layers of, like, kind of how his mind works and the kind of person he kind of was, you know? Remember our vacation to Maryland? I duked the maid Carolyn. She made me throw the towel in. Like all foul men, the times I hit your mom's off, I told her to knock it off, but she had to set the rocket off. And I think that might even be talking about other instances in which he was also a cheater, but okay. Interesting. I like how the sort of themes are, and then, okay, thinking back now on that other song where he was kind of talking about, like, the military complex. Is that not a villain? And we're in Madvillainy. Interesting. I'm starting to enjoy this, honestly. But let's go next. Interesting. Okay. I featuring Stacy Epps. No Doom here. I think Madlib is on the beat, so that's interesting. Nice little song. I don't really have much to say. It sounds nice to the ear. It's an interesting listen, even if it does feel sort of out of place in comparison to all the other sort of like scarier, kind of off-putting beats and songs we've had. But it's okay. So let's carry on. We've got Supervillain theme. Okay. That's interesting. What I find interesting most of all, like this beat, it's nice. You listen to it and it's like, okay, it's got like layers. It's interesting. I wish he would have done more sort of this, because a lot of the previous songs where he's rapping, it sounds like the rapping sort of takes charge of the musicality of it, and the beat kind of becomes a little bit more simple when he's rapping. But if you were to have like a beat that sounds so like interesting along with the rapping, then it would, for me, it would make it a little bit more enjoyable. But like, this is really nice. I enjoyed this little instrumental. But let's carry on. Let's see what else we've got. All caps.
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people, you can call me your majesty. Keep your battery charged, you know it won't stick, yo. And it's not his fault you kick slow. Should've let your chick hold your sick glow. Plus nobody couldn't do nothing once he let the brick go. And you know that's a bunch of snow. The beat is so butter. Peep the slow cutter as he utter the calm flow. Don't talk about my mom, yo. Sometimes he rhyme quick, sometimes he rhyme slow, or vice versa. Whip up a slice of nice verse pie, hit it on the first try, villain. The worst guy, spot hot tracks like spot a pair of fat asses. Shots of the scotch from out the square shot glasses. And he won't stop till he got the masses. And show them what they know not through flows of hot molasses. Do it like the robot to headspin to boogaloo. Took a few minutes to convince the average boogaboo. It's ugly, like look at you, it's a damn shame. Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
Again, a little distorted, a little sort of off-putting.
And you know it like a poem, like baby doll. I bet she tried to say she gave me her all. She played ball. All bets off. The villain got the dice rigged. And they say he accosted the man with the sliced wig. Allegedly, the investigation is still ongoing. In this pesky nation, he got the best con flowing. The pot doubles. Now they really got troubles. Madman never go like snot bubbles.
Something like that would be insane. Oh my god, I like that little sound.
That you might want to wine and dine. Couldn't.
It's fascinating to me how he can present such particular sounds in such brief periods, but if you were to have expanded upon those, to me it would be a lot more compelling to listen, because that little sound is a little bit like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I listening to? It's so different from like everything we've heard so far, and it's like, okay. All caps. Okay, all caps when you type his name. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, hey, let's keep it moving. How many more do we have? Let's see. Oh, two more? Honestly, I mean, a lot of them were kind of short, so that's probably why, but it felt like we kind of flew through this, to be honest. Run it! Great day!
All that really matters is if your rhymes was ill. Girl, that's all that really matters to me. Oh, baby. Looks like it's going to be a great day today. To get some fresh air like a stray on a straightaway. Hey, you, got a light? Nah, a Bud Light. Early in the morning, face crud from like a mud fight. Looky here, it's just the way the cookie tear. Prepare to get hurt and mangled like Kurt Angle, rookie year. The rocket scientist with the pocket wine list. Some even say he might need some psychiatrist. Doom, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Yes, but why would the darn thing be wandering? She's like a foundling, barely worth fondling. My posse's on Broadway like Mama, I want to sing. Mad plays the bass like the race card. Villain on the case to break shards and leave a face scarred. Groovy dude, not to prove to be rude, but this stuff is like what you might put on movie food. What is jalapenos? Get it like a whooping when you holler at your seniors. Dollar, he can overhear the hashish fiender. He just came from over there, the grass is greener. Last wish, I wish I had 2 more wishes. And I wish they fixed the door to the Matrix's mad glitches. Spit so many verses, sometime my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more rules. Put yourself in your own shoes and stay away from all the pairs of busted Timbs he don't use. He only keep them to decorate. If you wanna peep him, select a date and bring a deep check like checkmate. I kid you not, on the dotted line sign. Ever since a minor, kids consider him some kind of Einstein on a diamond mine grind. She was dumb fine, but not quite the type that you might wanna wine and dine. Couldn't find a pen, had to think of a new trick. This one he wrote in cold blood with a toothpick. On second thought, it's too thick. His assistant said, "Doom, you sick?" He said, "True through acoustics." Psycho, his flow is drowned in Lowry seasoning. With micro power, he's sound and right reasoning. It's easy as pie, 3.14. One more, one fall smooth, and they done for.
I don't know if this demonstrates what I'm kind of talking about. As it comes to the sort of beats being a little bit sort of rudimentary, a little bit more basic whenever he's rapping in the first original songs. This Great Day, in comparison, you have this compelling sort of sound going on in the background. It might not be my favorite, but it's something very distinct and very on par with his rapping. Oftentimes, I feel like whenever he's rapping, his rapping, again, like I said, takes charge of the music and kind of lays it out for the beat. In this case, it sounds like they're both kind of equal, and you can, on one side, listen to him rap, and then another side, kind of listen to the musicality behind it, and combined, it's like a different thing. When oftentimes, previously, it was more like he was just rapping, and we were listening to him rapping, and the beat was like, not horrendous. It goes with the rapping, but it isn't something that's particularly interesting to listen to musically, right? So it's like interesting. I like the music behind this one, yeah. So let's see. Let's carry on. Last one. Rhinestone Cowboy?
This is good. Great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hold a cold one like he hold an old gun, like he hold a microphone and stole the show for fun, or a foe for ransom. Flows is handsome, O's in tandem, anthem, random, tantrum, phantom of the grand old Opry, ask the dumb hottie, mask, pump shotty, somebody stop me, hardly come sloppy on a retarded hard copy. After rockin' parties, he departed in a jalopy. Watch the drop top poppy, known as the grimy, limey, slimy, try me, blimey. Simply smashing in a fashion that's timely. Madvillain dashing in a beat rhyme crime spree. We rock the house like rock and roll. Got more soul than a sock with a hole. Set the stage with a goal to have the game locked in a cage, getting shocked with a pole. Overthrow it like throwing over a biscuit. A lot of bitches think he's overly chauvinistic. Let go his dick if that's the case. Rats with a waist, there's more cats to chase. Dogs, he got it like new powers. Woke up broke, spit the shit in a few hours. Sheesh, been unleashed since the Glee Club. Had your fam saying, please make me a dub. Well, since you asked kindly, where he been behind the mask, who can't find me. You're blind in the wine zone. Leave your mind blown when he shine with the 9. He's a rhinestone cowboy.
Where is this going? I've liked it so far.
Oh, no, enough. Goonie goo goo, loony cuckoo, like Ariga knew off Muzu Review. But who knew the mask had a loose screw? Hell could hardly tell, had to tighten it up like the Drells and Archie Bell. It speaks well of the hyperbase. Wasn't even tweaked and it leaked into cyberspace. Couldn't wait for the snipes to place. At least a track listing, bold print typeface. Stop for a year, come back with thumbtacks, pop for the beer. We're hip-hop sharecroppers, used to wear flip-flops, now rare gear coppers. He's in it for the quiche, you might as well not ask him for no free shit, capiche? Oh, my aching hands, from raking in grands and breaking in mic stands. Villain, the smile stun your chick, while he put himself in your shoes, run your kicks. You heard it on the radio, tape it, play it in your stereo, your crew will go ape shit. Raw lyrics, he smells them like a hunch, the same intuition that tells him spike the punch. Curses, he's truly the worstest with enough rhymes to spread throughout the boundless universes. Let the beat blast, she told him wear the mask, he said you bet your sweet ass. It's made of fine chrome alloy, find him on the grind, he's the Rhinestone Cowboy.
Sometimes they were comedic or relentlessly horrifying. They were the foes of society, whether fighting the local sheriff or a secret agent. Frequently, they mirrored our times, the gangster villains which rival real newspaper headlines of the present day. Collectively, they are the components which have fueled nightmares for decades to come. The villains.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna keep it real. Initially, I wasn't the biggest fan. It kind of sounded, how can I say, like, the lyrics I wasn't really getting too much. The music was, like, not it. Like, the rapping is good, and obviously, if one thing you could say about MF Doom, even Madlib at this, is that his name, Madlib? Madlib, yes. Because you have Madvillain, Madvillainy, and Madlib, and I'm kind of like twist them up a little bit, but you can never say that neither MF Doom nor Madlib are not good rappers, because clearly they are. They have certain rhyming patterns, certain flows that are incomparable. If anything, it's only the music itself, like, not the rapping, the music itself that oftentimes feels a little dull. And it's sort of like a thing where it's like, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, because they are going for a project that is essentially like the soundtrack for villains, if you will. And therefore, because they have that sort of idea in mind, a lot of the music does have to have this sort of dark and sort of sketchy, a little ominous and a little off-putting kind of vibe, and a lot of them do. That being said, when it comes to listening to it as a musical project, having these sort of beats that are oftentimes a little dark, a little gloom, it's like not the best thing when it comes to like music. And I feel like that, along with the artistic choice to oftentimes, like in this end of the song here that we noticed, Doom chooses to use these sort of samples that sound like it's from like a TV show about like villains or something, which works when it's in the sense that it kind of gives more context to the story he's trying to tell. But when I kind of listen to it, I'm like, why am I listening to a sort of a piece of a TV show when I'm trying to listen to music? It's a little conflicting. obviously, I respect him and his creative choices. Clearly, he's an oddball, and he does things outside of the norm, outside of the box, and that might be one of those things, that artistic choice to have, like, certain songs at the very end be like 30 to 40 seconds of just like a narrator sort of talking. In particular, I didn't like it so much when it was on Strange Ways. I think Strange Ways and Fancy Clown in particular were like my favorites here. I would have to listen to the rest, but all I know is up until that point, I was kind of like mid about it. But when those songs kicked in, and I was kind of going through them and understanding them and also like vibing, I was like, oh, I'm sold. But on Strange Ways, he does do that, and he's kind of talking about like some real life shit. Talking about, in particular, I think police brutality against mainly, I would imagine, like African American individuals. That, and also the sort of military complex in the world, and how certain countries will go against other countries in a way that isn't fair, with superpower fucking bombs and shit. So it was like very fascinating to kind of go through it, and it's like, damn, he's talking about some real shit. I'm like finally sold on something. And then towards the end, again, he has this creative decision to put this like sort of sample from like a TV show. It kind of ruins the vibe for me a little bit. It also kind of destroys the replayability, because I don't really want to listen to those sections. Like, once you've listened to it once, it's like there's not much to be gained from listening to it again. And I feel like oftentimes that's kind of what his music kind of does suffer. I don't find myself being like, oh, let me go back and listen to the song because I really enjoyed it. If I do go back and listen to the music, it's because I kind of want to understand it a little bit better because of how complex it is, right? That being said, this is a very compelling case. I genuinely, towards the end there, did kind of find myself enjoying it and kind of being like, okay, I feel like, MF Doom is an acquired taste. Like I mentioned throughout the, reaction, it doesn't feel at any point in time like he creates music for the sake of, for people to replay it and listen to it in the way that I'm kind of accustomed to digest music, right? Like, I find a song, and if I really like it, I download it, I listen to it again, I learn all the words, all the lyrics, and sing it, and la la la, and I'm driving in my car, and I'm like, da 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 da, you know? This is nothing like this in the content. This feels like the complete opposite. Like, he's trying to purposely be like the thorn on the rose, if that makes any sense. Like, he, which isn't a bad thing, because like when you look at this project from like a creative perspective, this is fucking creative as fuck, kind of creating like a soundtrack for villains. Not only this, even Food, Food, and even obviously Operation Doomsday, they have like such particular like, and that's one thing I guess I can say, is that they generally remain on theme. If this theme was music for villains, they definitely capture that essence, I feel like. Whether or not I like the music tracks individually is kind of irrelevant to a certain extent, because when it comes to like creating a fucking record that follows a certain theme, they absolutely fucking knocked this one out of the park, I feel like. If I don't love it 100%, it's just because of my lack of sort of relatability to it. You know, it's like okay, I'm like, I can listen, and oftentimes I'm like, not my cup of tea, but when I can sort of like sink my teeth into it, I end up enjoying it kind of thoroughly. I kind of like, particularly Strange Ways, I don't know why that one in particularly kind of, I understood it and I was like, oh, so it means this and then this and then this and then this. That is why MF Doom, at least after his third record that I've listened to, does feel like a very acquired taste. And the more I listen to him, the more I kind of understand where he's coming from, and the more I kind of understand the music a little bit better. And that's interesting, huh? Because of all those things, I mean, obviously, I'm not like gonna be replaying many of these songs, if any, to be honest. Like, listening to it on first listen is novel enough, interesting enough, in the creative direction that it went to. But again, like I said, it doesn't particularly have much replayability. I mean, out of interest, I might come back to them in the future, but based on that, they really stuck to the theme, which is, that's really good. I think I'm gonna have to give this one like an 8. Honestly, even if I didn't enjoy tracks individually, as a project together, it does function. It does do what it, like, showed up to do. So if it's not a 10, it's because, again, it's like I'm not too big of a fan of individual tracks, right? But all being said, I'm kind of starting to enjoy it, even if it kind of breaks my reaction mold, because I'm used to like going in and being like, I like this one, I don't like this one, but this is a little bit more complex than that, so it's kind of like you have to like consume it in its own way even. So yeah, so we've gotten to the end, but I want to know, which record from MF Doom shall we listen to next? I've tried to make it a goal to sort of do like one record per month at the very least, and so far we've done Operation Doomsday in January. I did MM Food in February. I'm putting this one on March, very, very late, but we're here. So what record should I listen to next? What tracks did you guys enjoy out of this record? Let me know. I'm interested, because like I said, I particularly like Strange Ways because it kind of really connected. I kind of really understood it, so to me it was like very entertaining, kind of taking it apart, where I kind of struggle to do so with other tracks that are a little bit more complex and more layered. But let me know, what do you guys enjoy about this one? Which songs are your favorites, and which record I should listen to next? But for today, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.